What if everything you believe about sexual attraction is a lie? What if the feelings that drive your desire, your choices, and sometimes even your pain are not what you think they are? Tonight, we're diving into the darkest truth about sexual attraction. Truths that are ancient, hidden, and disturbing. This isn't about cheap dating tips, pickup tricks, or shallow relationship advice. This is about the raw psychology of desire, the shadow side of human nature that nobody dares to talk about. And once you hear these truths, you'll never look at attraction or yourself the same way again. Think about the first time you felt uncontrollable attraction. Maybe it was in high school. Maybe it was when you locked eyes with someone across a crowded room. That electric pull, that rush of adrenaline and longing felt magical. But what if I told you, and it wasn't magic at all, it was a trap? Because the very mechanism that creates that spark is the same mechanism that has been used for centuries to control you. You don't choose who you're attracted to. Think about it. Have you ever been madly drawn to someone you knew was wrong for you? Someone toxic, dangerous, unavailable. Your logic screamed no, but your body whispered yes. That's because attraction isn't rational, it's primal, it's ancient. It's not about compatibility, it's about survival. Our ancestors didn't care about your happiness. Nature designed attraction to keep the species alive, not to keep you fulfilled. That's why we're drawn to looks, status, confidence, and power. Not because they guarantee love, but because thousands of years ago they increased the odds of survival and reproduction. And here's the catch. Your brain still runs on that ancient software. You think you're choosing a partner because of love. But deep down, your biology is making the choice for you. Sexual attraction lights up the same pathways in your brain as cocaine. That's why people obsess over crushes, lose sleep over text messages, and risk everything for a moment of intimacy. It's not just desire, it's addiction. And just like any addiction, it can destroy you if you don't understand it. Everywhere you look, your attraction is being hijacked. From the models on magazine covers to the influencers on your feed, corporations understand your biology better than you do. They know that sex sells because desire bypasses logic. You don't think, you just feel, you just want. That's why billion-dollar industries, fashion, fitness, beauty, even fast food, use sex appeal. Because attraction makes you weak, and weakness makes you spend. Let's talk about the darkest industry of all, pornography. It offers unlimited novelty, endless stimulation, and instant gratification. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Porn doesn't just satisfy desire, it rewires it. It conditions your brain to crave what's artificial, exaggerated, and unattainable. And slowly, reality feels boring. Real intimacy feels empty. Porn doesn't just feed desire, it hijacks it. Scroll through Instagram or TikTok and what do you see? Perfect bodies, perfect faces, perfect lives, but it's an illusion. Filters, edits, angles, lighting. And yet, your brain doesn't know the difference. Every image you consume reshapes your standard of attraction, until reality no longer compares. You're chasing ghosts, and in the process, you're losing touch with real connection. Here's a truth most people will never admit. We're often attracted to what hurt us. That's why some people chase emotionally unavailable partners. Why others repeat toxic cycles. It's not weakness, it's psychology. Your brain tries to fix the past by replaying it in the present, but in doing so, you stay trapped. Why are we drawn to what we can't have? Why does the forbidden feel so irresistible? It's because scarcity amplifies desire. When something is rare or off limits, your brain assigns it higher value. That's why affairs happen. That's why people risk everything for someone they shouldn't want. The forbidden isn't just attractive, it's intoxicating. Attraction isn't just about beauty. It's about power, confidence, status, dominance. Why? Because power signals safety, resources, and control. For millions of years, power meant survival. And so today, people still chase power, sometimes consciously, often unconsciously. But here's the shadow truth. When power mixes with desire, it easily turns into manipulation. Seduction has been used for centuries, not just to win love, but to win power. Kings, queens, politicians, celebrities. History is filled with people who used attraction as a weapon, because when someone desires you, they're vulnerable. And vulnerability is leverage. That's why seduction is dangerous. It isn't just about romance. It's about control. Most people can't tell the difference between lust and love. Lust is a rush, a spark, a fire. Love is slower, deeper, lasting. But here's the catch. Lust often masquerades as love. That's why so many people fall for the wrong person, thinking it's destiny when it's just dopamine. Attraction isn't just about reality. It's about fantasy. We don't just desire people for who they are. We desire who we imagine they are. We project our dreams, our fears, our longings onto them. And in doing so, we fall in love with illusions, but illusions always fade. And when they do, we're left with emptiness. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, said we all carry an inner opposite. The anima in men, the animus in women. This inner image shapes who we're attracted to. That's why sometimes we're magnetized by someone who feels strangely familiar, because they reflect our unconscious. But here's the danger. If your inner opposite is wounded, you'll be drawn to people who reflect that wound. You won't know why, but you'll feel powerless to resist. To truly understand your attraction, you have to face your shadow, your hidden fears, your repressed desires, your darkest longings. Because here's the truth. You don't just fall for people who are good for you. You fall for people who mirror the parts of yourself you refuse to face. Until you confront your shadow, your attraction will always control you. For centuries, religion has controlled sexuality. Why? Because desire is powerful. If you control people's attraction, you control their behavior. If you label desire as sin, you create guilt. And guilty people are easier to control. That's why institutions built entire systems around regulating sexuality. Not for holiness, for power. Sex isn't just personal, it's economic. Think about it. Dating apps, cosmetics, gyms, fashion, entertainment, all of them profit from desire. Your longing fuels entire economies. Your loneliness lines the pockets of corporations. The marketplace doesn't want you fulfilled. It wants you chasing, because a satisfied person doesn't spend. But a desperate one? They'll give up everything. Culture tells you what to find attractive. One decade, it's thinness. Another decade, it's curves. One era, it's pale skin. Another, it's tan. Your preferences aren't as personal as you think. They've been scripted, shaped, marketed. What you call attraction and may just be programming. Even politics plays the game. From scandals to propaganda, sexuality has always been used to manipulate masses. Why? Because sex grabs attention, and attention is power. Attraction isn't just personal, it's political. Modern culture tells you you're free to love whoever you want, but are you really? Algorithms feed you images. Media tells you what's desirable. Society punishes what it doesn't approve of. You think you're choosing freely. But most of your choices were never yours to begin with. You can't eliminate desire. You're human. You're wired for it. People who try to kill it, through repression, denial, or guilt, often end up consumed by it in secret. The first step to freedom isn't denial, it's awareness. Once you see attraction for what it is, it begins to lose its power. When you recognize manipulation, it stops working. When you understand your patterns, they stop enslaving you. Awareness doesn't erase desire, but it gives you choice, and choice is freedom. You can train your brain. Feed it artificial, toxic patterns, and it will crave them. Feed it healthy, real connections, and it will shift. Attraction isn't fixed, it evolves, but only if you consciously rewire it. The ultimate key is mastery. When you control your impulses, your emotions, your shadow, desire becomes your servant, not your master. Ancient philosophers knew this. Unchecked desire makes you a slave. Mastered desire makes you powerful. Attraction won't make you happy. It can thrill you. It can intoxicate you. But it will never fulfill you. Fulfillment comes from meaning, from love beyond lust, from purpose beyond validation. And here's the paradox. The less you chase attraction, the more naturally it comes to you. So what's the darkest truth about sexual attraction? It's this. Attraction is not about love. It's not about happiness. It's not even about you. It's biology. It's survival. It's a program running in your mind. It can lift you up. It can destroy you. It can make you feel alive. It can make you lose everything. But once you see the truth, the illusion shatters. And when you're no longer a slave to it, You're finally free. So the next time you feel that spark of attraction and stop, ask yourself, is this love, is this lust, or is this just biology playing tricks on me? Because once you ask that question, you'll never look at desire the same way again.